a lovely evening and we are delighted to have you on board. This is Benjamin Zulu Show and you're most welcome. My name is Willie Kinyash and we are here to sharpen each other, for iron sharpens iron. And we want to talk about how nice guys end up in nasty marriages. Coach.
You know, Willie, we have a lot of good men and they usually end up in very bad marriages. And people have been trying to brainstorm why. That the well-meaning guys don't end up with well-meaning women. And I'll tell you some of the reasons is that the most sincere guys are not informed about women and relationships. They're just
not informed.
They are not informed. They go by instinct. And because they go mainly by what they feel, by appearances.
What they see.
Yes. Appearances inspire assumptions. And we said appearances deceive, and great appearances deceive greatly. If you've seen these guys who do these shows, they call sanitizing couples. That is loyalty test. They usually many times approach the unlikely. Even you wouldn't want to approach that kind of people. They don't appear like you should have a problem. It's those couples who start by singing each other songs. And for some reason, when you see that the guy is stable and sincere, looking honest, he's the one being played. The bad boys you can see even on the face. This one is a bad boy.
Yeah.
But you can see the solid guys who mean well, who are doing the thing by the book. They dedicated themselves to this woman. And the language they use, man, these are men of character. And the most disappointing thing is, these are guys who are doing things life right. But they are doing relationships wrong. And I'll tell you our cardinal sins, where we are getting it wrong until one guy said he had given up relationships until he met this girl and said, let me try again. So he tried again, and then this girl also shatters. Will this guy ever try again? These are people who come to marry for social reasons and they remain emotionally withdrawn to avoid getting hurt again. Because sometimes they're not even avoiding, is that the heart got withered. It folded. It got so twisted that to open again, it's very difficult. And you know what? I saw a pattern that I was wondering why nobody is seeing it. All these guys who are getting this shattered by these women, they are very presumptuous about sex. They usually think, I don't know who told men that we are the ones who ask for it from girls. And you know the reverse psychology of cons. They usually reverse the game to make it look like you are the one who wants this thing. And you are the one who's asking for it. They show you how good it is, then they act reluctant. Women have played that game without even, historically, women have used that thing because they know you will pursue sex. She behaves in a way that is inviting while appearing disinterested. Even in secondary school, a kid who is only a teenager will play with the mind of a full-blown teacher. Have you ever wondered how come a 16-year-old play a 40-year-old
Principal.
and he wants it? And we say we are powerful men. We are powerful, we are strong. Those girls are very cunning. At school, they don't have lipstick. It's just secondary school. But she'll take Vaseline, something.
Apply.
And unbutton. It's not intentional. And because you are the one walking, facing them, and walking here, she has a way of skirt here and interfere with your emotional balance. What? How old is that girl again?
16.
And how old are you again? What is this? Brother, that thing baffled my mind for very long, man. A kid who is supposed, this is a kid. You know? And they have succeeded for so long. So we were sold this philosophy that nimeitisha, I smashed. We were made to think we are in charge. We're the one controlling the game. And with that philosophy, we walk our way into the hands of Delilahs. We are very powerful. We always tie the ropes. We always break the ropes and carry the gate if they close with a gate. We have been sold the philosophy that we are very powerful. And because the cunning women, not all women are cunning, I'm describing the cunning women, how they end up giving you a very nasty life, nasty marriage, how you end up swindled and conned, is because you are approaching women from the philosophy of you're in control of the dynamic. You're in control of the relationship. The presumption men are coming to relationships with is that they're in control. Brother, I told you the miracle of surrender. Sometimes I want you to surrender to reality so that you can align yourself with truth. Drop the presumption of superpower of men. There's no such a thing like that. Historically, the women who ruined Samsons continued with their life. With a lot of money, they were richer for it. Sold you for a fortune. While she was using which word? You don't love me. You don't love me.
Yeah. If you love me, tell me where your strength comes from.
Show me your account. Show me your phone. Show me you are this. Laugh, 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 laugh.
If you love me.
When you lie on her thighs.
You make thighs to be your pillows.
The key, many men have done that mistake.
Yes.
And you know, we have a culture that can imagine a whole country discussing some woman's
Bye.
Do you know, one woman realized we have a country of absurd people. And she told people that she has put artificial sitting allowance, and later she told them she has removed them because they were threatening her health. What kind of conversation is that? So now
And we all buy into it.
there's a whole conversation now about the artificial, they've been removed. Now let's see yours. Really, where are we? Only later to say, hey, you fools, I still have them. Just wanted to draw your attention to launch my song.
Okay.
One, apparently, unconcerned girl took the whole country for a ride, discussing that thing baffled me, man.
Actually, it went viral.
Only to appear later insult. They will appear like a fact, if you ask me. To appear like an insult. Wajinga nini. For me, the whole mood of the affair. Wajinga nini. That was the mood. If you look at it, you went down to have prostitute conversations about buttocks. How can grown-ups who have children and families sit sending memes and radio talks and TV show? What was that? About one girl who said she removed. Only later to say, oh, I wanted you to look at me as I release this song. How far have we gone as a country? We have been sold the philosophy of the bodies of women and sexuality and this until we don't even realize how far we have been dragged from sanity.
Like we are no longer reasoning properly.
How many women don't have those body parts in those kind of quantities? And now we are making them feel like they don't deserve attention. How many other girls are now going to waste their bodies and die? We are not giving the statistics, but they die every day, trying to do those surgeries and put those things because you are giving attention to one who did the surgeries and making it a national discussion everywhere. Men, the idea of sex and women, we have been sold into thinking we are the one being impressed because they're doing surgeries to impress us. They're adding this to impress us. But let me tell you, we are being played. Sincere men come and thinking because they're dating this girl now, having sex with her, now he's the one now in control of the... And she pretends like actually you are in charge. She starts doing her things there, cheating from there. You're imagining. And they know you. I told you how easy it is for women to cheat if they wanted. They can see you on TV. They know your schedule. Men's schedules are very straightforward. Samuel was going in a circuit. His job from this Bethel to Mizpah to Gilgal. So he was doing that circuit. Men have circuits. Okay, we know women have cycles naturally, but as we have circuit. The routine of Kinyash is known. And people know after this years are meeting this. How was the journey? Thank you. If you're a sincere guy and you marry a cunning woman, it's very easy to be cheated for 20 years. You never even know. Because you're honest. And you report your movements and you're hunting for the family. They know which direction you're hunting now.
Yeah.
Even if she's working herself, sometimes she's more home-based because of children. So she's more home than you. She's more in that direction of life than you. And many of our movements don't have to be explained because they're just around here picking these groceries. And you don't always track where your woman went today. But she knows where you went.
Yeah.
She might have gone to the butchery to see mama this and the other, and surely by the time you come home, you just want to sleep. Surely you don't want to. Sincere men forget that cunning women can take advantage of our sincerity to hide things for ages. You can be raising children that none is yours. None is yours. So the one mistake men are making is they are presumptuous with the sex. They don't take time to study women. The moment they start, in fact, I wrote the other day and told the average guy does not date. The average men don't date in terms of meeting women on a pure learning level and going to the next one and evaluating. Men don't take time to learn women. They just talk to this woman, develop feelings, have sex, and enter an entanglement and call that a relationship. That's the average guy, the way they're dating nowadays. And how many men can say no to sex when they know if they like inviting the girl for a sleepover or himself offering him to come for a sleepover? If she accepts, how many men can say no? We are being taught niceness, not character, not self-control, not boundaries, not sexual self-control. It looks like men are roamers. They're supposed to, and in that roaming, in that sleeping, they hook you. Really, even if you have not been a guy who sleeps with any woman, the moment you sleep with one and herself she sleeps with 1,000 men, you are together now. It's very unfair, but we have not been warned. When you come down to that level, you have lost your specialness. You are just like her. Are we together? Maybe she lives that way herself, she just, it's not a big deal. But for you, you're sleeping there because you love her and you have a future. That's how good men are making mistakes. They're usually very self-controlled men. They don't just sleep with anyone. But when they fall in love with this woman, the talking, the emotions, instead of taking time to know whether, first of all, she has celibacy like you, she values self-control. She's acting the way you want. Oh my, good morning, how are you? I missed you. And now you're falling for that, all those butterflies. Now you're imagining future with her, and she's cooperating, everything said. I wanted you to come tomorrow at 2 p.m. Yeah, I'll be there. You said which hotel? All right. And she's there. You feel so obeyed. Your ego boost comes up. And I wanted you to escort me. Which day? Yeah, of course, I will rearrange. I can find out. She rearranges her life, comes where you are. Within 1 month, you are fully hooked, thinking this is the one.
Yeah.
So, next, sex, sleep over this. This woman can be as sly as anything. This woman may not have any principles. The right thing, really, in that case, you should have now learned her how she lives. By not sleeping with her, to know the values that guide her life. Only to realize later, you are living celibate for her is not a big deal. No, as long as people love each other. For me, I can't just sleep with anyone, but when people are in love and they have a future together, we are grown-ups, that's not a big deal. You hear the justification and If men could hold their trousers, the zips locked, just until they marry. Many of the women they married, they will not have married them. Men married because they'd already been bribed through sex, entangled through sex, trapped through sex, because now we have a future, we are planning a future. There's no big deal. And that was a period that vulnerability was arriving. You were getting to each other's life close enough to see the cracks. Cracks are usually not visible from far. When you see a house from far, you see the roof, you see the windows, you see the color, you see the shine. That's how women are. From far, you see the shine. The shine. When you start talking more frequently, and you see now the cracks. You must come close enough to see cracks. Cracks are flaws that are narrow enough not to be shouting. If it is huge and yawning, surely that's not even a house that is in a good condition.
Yeah.
Most people's problems are not yawning. You come close. So don't pay before you examine closely. Don't commit. Examine first. Men are very prudent with properties and very careless with the partners. Do you see our paradox? We give in to feelings. The second problem I've seen with men is that they don't know how to shop for women. They want to book a woman for years. Most men who marry wrong don't shop, they book.
So it's a booking.
And they book for years. And they're very loyal. They're true. This girl knows this guy is very true and I can't drop him. But again, I can't live this close to life. I must spice up my life. Some girls need to spice up with other men. Man, I don't know why men fear growing up until they're ready for marriage and going to the market looking for a woman. I don't know why they fear that. They always come from this philosophy of booking somebody. So you book a girl when she was innocent and unexposed and cooperative and easy. And yes, good morning, oh my God, I missed you. And you feel hypnotized. You feel melting. You imagine, I've seen guys, and I can see what he saw in this girl. Innocent. I've seen. She's saying, oh, the 5 years. From where you came from? This girl is barely 25 and you're talking about 5 years. Meaning you met the innocent, naive, clean 20-year-old. Yes, it's okay. I love you too. And I think we did a segment or something about what is the problem with marrying naive girls, dating naive girls. That they will not always be naive. They will be exposed. They will grow to something else. You can't keep people in a bottle. You can't keep them in a hole. They will change to what they want. You can't, I'm trying to condition her, I'm trying to culture her to what I want. You can't condition human beings. You can only look for one whose philosophy of life marries with yours when they are a mature, grown human being, so that's their true permanent state. These other upcoming girls who are still finding their way, you can't determine what they will be. Leave college kids, 23-year-olds, fresh graduates alone. They don't know themselves either. You're trying to date them and pin them to this certain way. I found one in a bank and I chatted her because she was overdressed. She's very young. I can see she's dressing her home church dresses. From the top covered. Okay, so you've just left home, right? So where your parents go, they were like this, all right? Yes. And now you're in the world. Yes. Do you live with your parents? No. Are you in a house? Yes. Are you in a job? Yes. Can you now dress how you want? Stop dressing how you are told. Do you like the way you look? You have hidden your hair, and I know it's very beautiful hair. You have overdressed. You're walking around like some old mama. You're in a corporate world. Release yourself and live life. I told her, did you sit and consider and decide to cover your hair? Did you? No, it was, thank you very much. Did you sit and consider? You should now sit and consider. Your decision should be like Moses 11:23 of Hebrews. When he became of age, he made decisions to go this way. I told her, live life. Stop borrowing some of these notions. And I told her, keep this set of clothes when you're visiting home, wear them to avoid fights. But
when you're in town,
live your life. Yes. Live your life. And she said, that makes sense. I told her, take the Bible and the God you find in that Bible, live with that one. Not the one some institution fed you and brainwashed you because they fear women when they're freed. So I was telling, I came to realize, my brother, men, we fear showing up and looking. That girl I was advising is in that age where men mistake them. She's very fresh in the world, just from college. I was guessing around 22. An average girl would graduate in 21 to 23. So she's just fresh from college. And I can see all these notions are borrowed from home. She does not have her own individual. What if you date her and marry her now? When she's listening to advice and, oh yeah, but that makes sense. Let me think about it. Oh yeah. She's still innocent and trying to find a way. Then you marry that one thinking she's harmless, my friend. And then another harm.
You meet with Benjamin Zulu.
There are judges that won't allow you to wear heels, and I'm telling her, look at women, they're wearing heels, they're walking with pride. What are these you are wearing, these flat things, you're in a corporate setting? Can you show up as a woman? Put on something. I want to hear you walk. I mean, show up with some energy. I mean, give me a vibe. I told her, you'll not be promoted looking this defeated and docile. You'll be bypassed because you are not shining. You don't even impressive. Can you impress? This is competitive world. Dress your best. Use your money. Wear clothes. God wants a genuine relationship with a freed woman, not a victim. I don't know, for some reason, all the people Jesus opened eyes were men. Okay. I'm not trying to be theological about it, but it was just a curious observation. And all the people who are bent and is, away, stretching and had shameful problems like blood flow, it was women.
Yeah.
Of course, the issue of blood flow is associated with women's system, but the bent back, I was trying to correlate which gender had what kind of problems. So for women, it was concerned about binding. They found a woman in the act, meaning she was not alone. But they only brought the woman to the man because the arresting authority were male. To this day, we still have arresting authority that is male, that is dictating women's sexuality and punishing them even when the man was part of the act, and releasing their own and bringing the other one. So I'm telling us, stop being bound. Stop being bound. When David came back to Ziklag, he found that the women and children had been captured. With women, the enemy is capturing. The psychology of our society is capturing, but with many kills, blinds, and then kills. And my brother, I want to tell you, some of the girls, I want you not to date them because they're still bound. One day they will claim their freedom. And because you're not used to freedom, you will call it rebellion. The third reason why, so men don't know how to search. They only want to pin. And the reason I don't want to search is to minimize, no. To minimize rejection. To minimize, you can see the fear, right? Yeah. You can see the fear of approaching here, no. Approaching here, no. But that's the only way. Again, men know how to buy cars. And they don't fear hearing no. The price they can't. No, we don't have that price. No, this guy is not a seller. No, I'm not selling. We are used to that. It's disappointing, but it's part of the journey.
When it comes to these other sides,
why don't we accept the same process? As a guy, grow until you are ready to marry. Don't book a girl for 2 years, 3 years, we grow together. You're not growing together. Everybody is discovering themselves, shaping their path in life. And when it comes time for marriage, when you have attained the stature of maturity, you are going to get somebody whose stature of maturity aligns with yours. Don't get people who are still immature thinking you can shape them to your stature. You are deceiving yourself. That's how men are getting cold-blooded heartbreak. Cold-blooded, merciless, ruthless. Because you're trying to pin a girl who was still exploring, who had not decided on things to do with celibacy, which kind of man. She has not yet decided. You overwhelmed her with goodies and offers. Who doesn't want goodies and better life? She did not know better, so she accepted a guy who is throwing goodies here and appears to be the best of her, so let me ride along. All right? The last reason why good men are marrying on and why good men don't know, you find them in such disappointing, terrifying relationships because they do not know how to put themselves first. When somebody has depended on them, loved them, journeyed, they have helped and invested, to say, I can't put up with this, it's bad for me. When the lady already has a child who had gotten attached to the guy, even when it's not his child. When the lady already had said, you are the one who showed me hope, who helped me come up. Good men, when they get attached so selflessly, that they start putting that person's interest first at the expense of their own. You get the difference? I've seen good men sacrifice themselves, postpone decisions that will save their life, postpone, delay adjustments in their life that were so due and needed now because of how she will feel. She may be hurt. I don't want the children to get disorganized. I'm fearing that I've already gotten attached to, fearing that she will feel bad. Who else will accept her? She's still very troubled. I'm the only one who stabilizes her life. Where will she live? Who will pay her rent? And even when they finally decide to get away, they get away only partially. They're still paying for her rent. They're just supporting her, helping her get. What is that? That's not selfless. That's lack of self-love. Undertaking people to be your daughter or your responsibility when they are not. I've seen good men who cannot make decisive decisions when it involves hurting somebody because they are not used to putting themselves first at the expense of everybody else. And really, until you learn how to say, my peace comes first, my happiness comes first, you know, you will not show up in the world even for the right people. This a lady who explained the guy, and I told her, that guy is very nice, but he's not decisive, and he will depress you with indecisiveness. Most good men cannot make a decision because they wonder how the other person will feel. Once they start dating you, they assume you are their responsibility. Mm-hmm. They assume they can use and walk around, and they assume, they don't see that the other person is using them. They can't see that the other person is becoming independent, and some people master guilt tripping. And when you've slept with a woman, she is used to this line, so you just wanted to use me. And this guy can't imagine using somebody. So he is stuck there, of he just wanted to use me. Just wanted to use me. Just wanted to, even if it was consensual, both of them were enjoying themselves. Now she makes it like it was you. And for that accusation alone, this innocent guy gets tied there. And he will hang there in indecision, and he will be so indecisive, it is so maddening. You can see a good heart with a weak will. So that problem, men stay too long. That they are too weak to choose themselves, too indecisive to stabilize, to come up with a final decisive action saying the other person is a grown-up, an independent grown-up who will live their life. They have their family, they have their people. They were never my responsibility. We were trying things that they didn't work. When you don't buy somebody's car, do you pity them? Who else will they sell it to? I want to know, how will they feel? Will they feel demoralized? Now I can't. Do you think like that? No. This is the market. Although I had liked, but now I can't. We have developed this language of saying nitakuja.
Narudi.
I'll be back. And we all know it's a soft goodbye.
Yes.
He may return, he may not return, but he has left doors open if he comes back. But he also knows, usually we don't. That's a way of saying, not now, I don't want, let me move on. Learn to say that to women. Learn to say, for now, I have to go, but we shall talk. I want to ask good-hearted guys, well-meaning men. The men category is categorized into two, and the second one is also subdivided into other two. Bad boys and good guys. The bad boys don't care, they're heartless. They'll just smash and go. And because they don't have that compassion and staying, even women will know when they get a child with him, they just have the swell to bring up the kid on their own. He's a heartless fella. That is just a life he's still going wherever. He doesn't care about nobody. Then you have the good guys who are solid. They keep their word. They're sincere. They show up. When they say something, they care that they keep their promise. That's the second category. This second category has two now subcategories, and I'm trying to bring all of them to the second category. We have nice guys who are uninformed. And they are the ones who are being heartbroken left, right, or something. They mean well, but they're not designing. They are not designing. They don't know that women can use sex to bind us when they don't even match up to our quality. And they put up a facade. And the one way to know whether a woman is sincere is to date celibate yourself, so that you make sure you attract celibacy only. So that if you're dating the value for keeping sex for marriage, it saves you the disaster of being conned, ending up with a woman who cannot be faithful because she has never lived single. When you live single, you learn to control your feelings. You learn to say no. You learn to control how you allow people to come close. You learn to make yourself happy. You learn to manage your emotions, to keep your space. If you have never lived without sex, without people emotionally propping you up, you can't do it even inside marriage. That should not be Greek. I don't know why men are not getting it. If you want a woman who has lived single and controlled her feelings, that's how she will also be faithful inside your marriage. Why are you starting by cancelling out that observation by sleeping with her? Really, what's the point? Do you get it? Yeah. You want a woman who has capacity to be faithful, and you start by ruling out the observation for faithfulness.
There is a problem.
The only way to know whether she can be faithful is to watch her controlling herself over that period of time. Not trying to lure you or trying to suggest it or trying to even her. Some people are not sleeping with you because you don't want it, but their philosophy tells you they can do it. So you know this one, we are not in the same. You want a person who is behaving because of their beliefs, not a situation. Some people change shortly to let you in, to get you. Because you are too good. They pause their behavior for you.
Yeah.
To enroll you.
Enrolling.
Those people who go to pick a squad, they get into the vehicle to make it look like it's full. So that you know it's going soon. So you get in.
Yeah.
After getting in, somebody goes out. They pretend to give you the picture you wanted.
Yes.
So that you can come in.
Yeah.
Remember this. The problem with most of us good men is that we have not been taught the logical sequence. Life is sequential. Forget these people tell you there's no formula to life. When you go to buy cars, you don't talk like that. Do you talk like that?
No.
You say there's a procedure. Examination, agreement, signing, transfer, pay, to safeguard your interests. You're very sequential with the sales.
Yeah.
So why are we not sequential with dating? We respect sequences.
And we are transacting business.
And we disrespect the sequence when it comes to relationships.
And for this matter, this is now a lifetime thing.
Yeah, you are transacting all the millions you are worth. You know? Is to say, if you're a good guy and you mean well, when I say good, I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm saying you don't have the capacity to hurt people intentionally. You don't have to bully people to feel powerful. You have the capacity to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
And you want good. When you say you want to fulfill it. You're not perfect, but you do your best to be true.
Wow.
You are the kind of guys you're being hunted for out here. Add self-control and character to your goodness. When you date women, be true, so that you can see whether they are true. Okay? When you see that you are being true is disturbing them, they're wondering, how come we don't do that thing? Is it that you, meaning in our relationship, that's what she was doing. And even after you get into marriage, when she gets emotional attachment to the people, that's what she'll be
Doing.
You are not the last person your woman will be attracted to. Okay, I don't mean to disappoint you, and I'm not saying you are not enough. The truth is, getting married does not lock her biological systems. Chemistry will keep coming up with other people. It's her character you can depend on. That after she has signed into marriage with you, she can say no to everybody else. If you did not watch her say no to temptations, what makes you think she will say no? Many of the women are not cheating, they are continuing their lifestyle. That was her lifestyle. And this guy came in here because now he's the one having sex with her. He's imagining because he's faithful, she's also faithful, projecting his assumptions to her. Watch people in action. Watch the character in action. Hear her philosophy, whether she believes in total celibacy and truthfulness. If it's not there, it's not there. Stop expecting it. Yes.
Run for your life.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much. Wow, wow. It's fire here. And it's in the will of your father to enjoy that marriage. But before you commit yourself into it, examine her character, examine her values, examine her philosophies, and you'll be able to get into the right relationship. So thank you so much for joining us. My name is Willie Kinyash. See you on the